Now getting some breaking news. Key nuke energy bill tabled in the parliament. Dr. Jitendra Singh to move sustainable harnessing of nuclear energy for transforming India Bill 2025. The bill focuses on peaceful use of nuclear energy across power, health, agriculture, industry and research. Emphasis is on safe, secure and innovative nuclear framework. So that's the update that is coming in. The key nuclear energy bill to be tabled in the parliament and Jitendra Singh to move the sustainable harnessing of nuclear energy for transforming India Bill 2025. Now, if you talk about this bill focuses on the peaceful use of nuclear energy across power, health, agriculture, industry and research. And my colleague Piyush Mishra is now joining us with more details on this nuclear energy bill. Piyush, over to you. Give us more details.
Well, if you talk about this bill, remember that the government was having discussions and deliberations with various stakeholders in the last many months, and after the detailed discussion, the government has come up with this bill, and if this bill gets passed from both the houses of parliament, it will repeal the Atomic Energy Act 1962 and the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act, and these two laws have in the very long time viewed by the industry players and foreign partners as a major roadblock to the investment in nuclear power. But after this bill, which is also known as the SHANTI Bill, if this bill is passed, then it is going to do a complete overhaul of India's civil nuclear framework, and it is going to end the decades of state monopoly and open the sector to private participation. So the biggest point here is about the private participation, for which the government has been in touch with various private stakeholders, and if this happens, then a lot of opportunities will come to the fore, and this is certainly going to be a huge overhaul of the nuclear policy which the government has.
Right, Piyush, the bill also talks about nuclear applications in health and agriculture. How can this help the citizens?
To help the citizen, because when private partnership will come, then more and more investments will come, and it is going to provide for a pragmatic civil liability regime for the nuclear damage and to confer statutory status of the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. And as far as the agriculture sector is concerned, in the last many years, there was the demand of the investment by private players, and if that happens, then farmers are going to be benefited, the nuclear sector is going to be benefited. And earlier the government was keeping its fingers closed and was not looking for this option, but looking at the changes that are taking place in between geopolitics and also the kind of policies which the government in different countries are exploring. The Indian government has also decided to open nuclear sector for the private partnership. If that happens, then certainly it is going to be a big boost, not only for the nuclear sector, but also for India's economy.
Right. Piyush, also help us understand what exactly prompted the government to come up with this bill.
Well, if we talk about this bill, as of now, we have not seen any kind of opposition coming in from the opposition political parties. But with in India's broader goals of increasing the share of nuclear energy in the national energy mix, this bill is certainly aligning with the government's policy, which is going to promote innovation in nuclear science and technology, which is certainly expand non-power applications, and will continue to meet the international obligations on nuclear safety, security and safeguards. So a lot of provisions have been put forth in this bill by the government, and multiple stakeholders were there who were part of the deliberations which the government has had in the last a few months, and after that itself the government has come up with this bill. Though this bill has been tabled in Lok Sabha, what we are told is that most likely this bill will be brought in Rajya Sabha, and if this bill gets passed from both the houses of parliament, then there will be certainly overhaul of India's nuclear policy.
All right, Piyush, thank you so much for all those details and for that context on the key nuke energy bill that is set to be tabled in the parliament.